Hello, hello. Hopefully I'm live and you are here with Louise Sims of Stampin' Delight. Fingers crossed you'll either be joining me on Facebook or on YouTube. I'm just going to quickly check, but I'm sure that hopefully it has streamed live. Let me know if you're here so I know. And just let me know where you're tuning in from if you're new. It's been over here in the UK, it's been a bit of a wet and windy day, so I'm all snug today, but hopefully you've managed to keep nice and snug too. Let me see if I can see the comments. Where have the comments gone? Brilliant. Lisa's here and she says all good on both. Thanks, Lisa, you're a star. Yeah, I've had quite a nice weekend actually. Did lots of crafting on Saturday because it was our demo event. So it was an online event called On Stage at Home, and I gathered with one of my team members, Lisa, and we spent the whole morning watching some Crafty presentations. We did a couple of make and takes with a new suite coming in next year, and yeah, it was a really good day. I heard from the CEO of Stampin' Up and heard what's happening within Stampin' Up and how it's been going for the company, and it's just a really nice, and we actually watched it with our wider team, so we got to connect with them as well. So it was a lovely Saturday, and yeah, fingers crossed I will be attending the next one in person in Rotterdam in March, so I'm looking forward to that. Demo events are, if anyone joined my team actually, they could, in the October promotion, they could actually go and watch it for free. So that's always nice, to kind of give new people a little taste of what we get so excited about. And then tonight the online catalogue goes live to everybody, so everyone will get to see the new products coming in 2024. But before we get there, we've still got loads of weeks that we can create with the things out of the mini catalogue and the current annual catalogue, and that's what I'm going to do today. So I asked in my exclusive customer Facebook group, what would they like, Christmas or something else? And actually what they said was, a couple of people commented how hard it is to create birthday cards at this time of year when you know, everything's a bit festive. Do you give a festive birthday card or do you give like a normal summery flowery birthday card? So I'm gonna have a go at creating a couple of festive birthday cards, and that was the gauntlet set down by the lovely Jill. So we're going to have a little play with creating a couple of birthday cards, but with some of our festive maybe papers and stamps. So let's see if I switch over now. Hopefully that didn't do what I wanted it to do. Let me just check that that's on straight so you can see it okay. Hopefully you can. Let's just move that there. Ange is here. Hi Ange, hope you're well. So I grabbed out some of my festive papers to have a little look at what I'd got. Some of them I have shown on here before on one of the previous lives. I quite like these polar bears, but I was wondering if they feel a bit too Christmassy. So then I thought maybe we could have a go with this paper because it's just sort of friends. So I grabbed that out, and this is nice as well, isn't it? But again, with the presents it might feel a bit too festive. And then I also grabbed out some snowflake paper. So, because I originally looked at this one, but then I thought, oh, I've got pretty snowflakes. So I'm going to have a little play and see what happens. I haven't really planned these, but I feel like I might use a couple of these creatures. So I'm going to actually snip some of these out. Well, let's have this guy up here. There we go. And I'm thinking, I mean, he's going to be a bit fiddly to cut out, so I might be a bit general. And we might then put him on some balmy blue. What do you think? He's cute though, isn't he? This little caribou, or whatever he might be. So I'm just going to fussy cut him out. And I think sometimes when you fussy cut these like characters out, you get so many cards out of one piece of paper, that if you're like, I can't bear to cut it up because the paper's too lovely, actually doing this means you can create far more with your papers. So I'm just gonna fussy cut him out. See, going in and around those antlers would be tricky. So I'm just going to leave the blue, I think, and we're going to sit him on some balmy blue as well. So yeah, has anyone else, my birthday is actually in December, so I do know what it's like when people struggle to get, you know, those people that buy cards. They're always like, oh, I didn't have much choice because everything's Christmas. So I think if you're going to hand make one, you could make a nice festive one. So there's one little guy. They're so cute, aren't they? I think I might have two of him, but maybe one facing the other way. Or should we have a little fox? Maybe a little fox. I'm just looking now at what else I might cut out. Hi Laura! In fact, I might cut out this tree as well. I'm just looking what I hadn't even looked what's on the other side. It's one of the patterned ones. There is one sheet in this piece of paper that I've been hoarding. It's this one here. Let me just show you. I haven't cut into this one yet. I want to do something really nice with that. Maybe some kind of home decor piece or something. It's just stunning, isn't it? So I've not cut into him yet. Now the lovely Jill, who I'm not sure Jill's on here yet, who always joins me, has given me a light to try. So actually I've got another light as well. Let me put this on, see if that makes it even better. You're the same, Lise. What about cutting into that piece of paper? I know, it's just too nice. Sorry, I've realised that the camera for some reason is further back. I don't know what I've done to my setup, so I'll just lean in a bit so you can see what I'm doing. Give me a shout if I go off camera too much. I am trying to keep an eye on it. Okay, let's get rid of those bits. So I've got a nice little thing, a nice little animal. I wonder whether to have these guys actually. I might have them. Two little deer. Oh, Vi's here. Hi Vi, how are you? I'm trying to make, for those that missed the beginning, the gauntlet was set by a couple of people in my customer Facebook group to create, it was Helen and Jill actually, said they struggle with festive birthdays. So I am trying to create something festive, but for a birthday, because you know there are a lot of people born in December, me included, and it's nice to give them something maybe a little bit different. So I know Helen is a December birthday too. I'm going to snip these apart actually, because I might separate them. This mum and, I think it's a mum and fawn. So just trim round his ears. So I've left a bit of a blue border because I don't want the hassle getting better. Oh, that's lovely to hear, Vi. I'm glad you're feeling better. It'd be lovely to see you again soon, if ever you feel up to venturing to an event. We would love to see you. I have actually, talking of events, I have emailed out today, let's just get some balmy blue card. I have emailed out today details of my last 2 in-person events for 2023, and I'm about to start planning the events for 2024, and getting the dates in the diary so that you know when they are happening. So I'm going to get some balmy blue. I don't know whether I want a card base with it or just a layer. I think I might just do a layer for now. Let's see what happens. But I'm thinking if we layer these on balmy blue, see, it doesn't it might look, in fact I might do a landscape, a little landscape. I think we need another tree. This paper is called Berry Christmas, I think. Bear with me. If you want me to pop a catalogue in the post to you by, then please let me know. I'm happy to do that and send you one. I don't know where I've put my Christmas catalogues. I've got oh, there they are. Let me grab one. Yeah, I can send you a Christmas catalogue over. Just send me a little message with your address so I'll make sure I've got the right address for you. This is the Berry Christmas, let me find it, page 22 it is on in the catalogue. Again, if you're watching this on replay and you're in the UK and you want a Christmas catalogue, then please let me know. So this is it. It is the Berry Christmas. I was right. It's this one here. It's just, the characters are so lovely in it, and then you've also got these patterns as well. I am just going to have a look what it looks like with a bit of this behind it. No, they don't pop enough off that, do they? But I wonder actually whether I could create a bit of a paper scene. Let's have a go. I think I need more trees, so I might actually stamp the trees, and we might create our own little tree. with these two stamps. I'm going to do these in Old Olive just because I think Balmy Blue and Old Olive go nicely. Those of you that have been watching week in, week out, let me know if you think I've got the lights a bit better. I'm hoping I have. Just trying to find some Whisper White, Basic White to stamp on. There we go. So I'll just pop them out of the way for a minute. I'm going to see. Oh, let me do the outline first. And I'm just going to grab the stamping mat. Just because these are photopolymer, you sometimes need a bit of extra cushioning. So that's what this is for. So I'm just going to stamp the outline a couple of times, and then the insert makes it look like a snow-covered tree. It's quite effective, really. It's almost like you've painted it, but you haven't. So it enables. Now, there is a die that cuts this out, which because it coordinates with the Merriest Tree, and I think those dies cut them out. However, I've lent my dies to someone, so to one of my team who couldn't attend my class, so I gave her my dies so that she could make the cards that she missed out on. So I'm just going to fussy cut these out. Hopefully it won't take too long. But I'm pretty sure the dies cut these out, because the Merriest Tree and this are kind of like, they're not what they call a mega suite, but they do coordinate. Oh, hi Jan, how are you? How are you doing? Lisa's just using the dies now. Well, I'm glad they're being used. That's the joy of sharing, is you want them to be used. There we go. And actually this shape's not too bad to cut out, isn't it? So I'm just going to do one and see what I like, whether I like the look of it. Like I say, not really planned this, but you know, I feel like the gauntlet was set to create a festive birthday card, so I'm going to do my best. And I'm just wondering, actually, it's far too busy, those stars. I'm leaving them off. I'm leaving them off. So I might make the blue a bit of a smaller area. And we might not use that tree. I might use that on another card. So I might just snip another one from the paper, because I want two. And I don't want a star on top because, well, I don't want to be festive, do I? I don't want to be like, say it's Christmas, but I want it as a festive. I've used it in another live, which I will share again, but I really like this paper. It's fun. We were just saying how I've not cut into one particular sheet because I can't bear to cut into it, but I do think you can make a lot of cards if you fussy cut some of the images out. So I'm just doing that. I'm going to cut another tree and then we're going to put all this together. There we go. I think maybe like so. Just going to take the blue off the edge of him because he's going onto the tree. He looks a bit odd with the blue against the tree. So I'm just going to give this mama deer a little trim, but without sort of spending hours fussy cutting around everything, because the legs are so thin they would be a bit hard to do, I feel. Anyway, let's do all the rest of it. Now we've put a tree behind. That looks better. That looks better. He just looked a little bit odd, did this mama deer. Let's move that out the way. And then let me have a look at, I might use the navy as the card base. Let me see if I've got a navy card base ready to go. I have. So I keep, whenever I cut a card base, if I'm cutting card bases, I do both out of the sheet of A4, and then I have a little stash ready to go. So I'm going to trim this down as a panel now, I think, so I can see more of that blue, the navy blue. So let's take this down to maybe 9. So we've still got plenty of space to fit our little characters on. And then I need to find a birthday message to add to it, don't we? So I'm going to put that over there like so. Have the little deer and his mum and the little like so. I might glue those down. And it's very rough. I've not been too precise with the fussy cutting, but I quite like that. Let me have a look what birthday sentiments I have got that might look quite nice. I kind of want a one that goes across. What's in this one? Kind and sincere. Got a little birthday wishes, so I could do a little tag in sending smiles. So let's grab the glue, start positioning these in, see what it looks like. Are you making the class, Lisa, or are you just having a little play? What are you up to? She's playing with the Merriest Trees dies. Let's do this one. I'm going to put the big one in and then see how the little one fits in between. Let's put Mr. Caribou. I once came face to face with a caribou like this on my honeymoon in Canada. That's one of my adventure stories. I was on the phone to my sister. We were in the Banff National Park, and I was on like on the like a telephone booth, because back then, well, we did have phones, but it wasn't like calling from a mobile. It was so expensive back then. I'm just going to trim this little one up a little bit. She's doing the class and then going to carry on. Sounds good, Lise. Sounds good. So, and I was on the phone, and this caribou just came trotting towards me, and they're huge. They're absolutely huge. You don't realise. I'm just wondering whether it needs a tiny bit of white behind this layer, just to make it pop a little bit. What do we think? I think I might do that. So I cut it down to 9, so I might just do like 9.3, and then we want it across the full width, so I'm just having a border at the top and bottom. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, just the tiniest white border. In fact, I might have been too tiny. I might just trim this down by 1, just to give me a little bit more wiggle room. There we go. Just to make it look a bit more, and tie in with the white, and then I'm going to do a nice little happy birthday. I wonder if we've got a snowflake. Oh, we've got some little snowflakes. Do you know what I might do? Don't want to make it too Christmassy. Again, we're thinking festive, but still birthday. But I might just do a couple of Night of Navy. But I mean, if you bought this paper and you actually hadn't ever, I'm going to do a little bit off as well. I should have really done this beforehand, because I want to go off the edge. But if you decide afterwards you need a bit of stamping, just put another piece and you can do that. It's always a way, isn't there? And then I need my cleaner. Oh, sorry, knocking the table. So I grab the cleaner. I might do a little balmy blue one as well. So yeah, if ever you stamp or ever glued your edges on and you're like, oh, I wish I'd added, I felt like it just needed a little bit of something else. And a bit of snow is all right. Oh, I haven't actually glued it down. But anyway, you get the drift. That shows you how to rescue it if you need to. And then I might just use that. A little bit of white. Actually, I'll put that in the bin. I'll grab a fresh piece. So this has just a birthday wishes, which I think is exactly what I want to say. And I'm going to stamp this in the Night of Navy. Again, just oh, thanks, Vi. It's nice, isn't it? I wasn't quite sure how it was going to turn out, but you know, I'm quite happy with it. Just going to trim this so I end up with lots of these little strips when you're cutting layers of white to go on, you know, your stamping layers. So I have a little bag that I just put them all in, and they're great for when you just need to do something like this. But I'm thinking that could go there, and actually might just flag the ends, trim it off a little bit. I'm just going to put a little flagged end. Oh, I might actually just do it slanted, you know. What do we think? Little birthday wishes. What do we think? Let me know. It looks cute though, doesn't it? Let me bring it up a little bit so you can see it. I was tempted to stamp more snowflakes, but I feel like I'm going to make that mistake of, you know, when you add too many and then you're like, oh, should I just left it? I'm just going to pop this up on some dimensionals, and then maybe a little bit of sparkle. What do we think? I'm just going to pop that here, and then pop this on. I had actually printed on this card, but it was in my scrap box, so waste not, want not. It'd be great for like anybody really, but it'd work well for a child's birthday, and it's festive. In fact, George has got a friend whose birthday party he's got to go to in a couple of weeks, so I feel like this might be the card. Although sometimes he does want to make them himself, so we'll just have to wait and see if it passes George's muster, if he's happy to give his friend this card, or whether he wants to make one himself. But how quick and easy, well, not quick and easy, but you could just sit and fussy cut some of these out. It didn't take me too long, and I've not gone in between the legs, but it doesn't, like, the paper's still there, but it just doesn't shout out, does it, that I've not fussy cut the whole thing out, just by layering it onto the same colour cardstock. And that's the beauty of Stampin' Up. Obviously the paper and the cardstock blend in so well that it's, you know, a festive birthday, and it works really well. So that's that one. And then I thought we might have a play with one of these. So these are, there's 3 in this sheet, I think. Let me just check in the catalogue. Let me move these papers. So this is the rest of the papers, like I say, of the Berry Christmas ones. You could do a similar thing with the polar bears. You've got that Christmas snowflakey one that I'm going to do something with this section here. But nice papers to play with. I just dropped a piece, but it's okay. And then there's these ones, and these are like, you can see the reflection, can't you? Super shiny. That is kind of a normal foil one. These is foil all over, and this one has got lots of shimmer to it as well. So let's have a little look. Let me just show you where they are in the catalogue. They are, she says, so if ever you're trying to find something, don't forget to look at the catalogue at a glance at the back. And I can see Snowflake Magic, they're on page 37. Obviously you can see them there and get the number, but then you can see them here, and you get 6 sheets, so you get 2 of each of these 3 designs. They're single-sided because obviously of the foil, so you haven't even got to decide which side you like, because you would not want to be covering this up, would you? But let's have a go with creating with these. What did I say? They're £9.50, and as I say, you get the 6 12 by 12s. So I mean, that is nice, isn't it? That would work well as like a wintry birthday. Should we use that rather than snowflakes? What do you think? Should we go with the white or should we go with a snowflake? Let me know what you think. I'm just going to cut a card base, or have a look if I've got a card base that I could use. Let me know what you think. Do we want to do the white or do we want to do the blue foil? What would you like to see? I mean, if we go white, we could go really feminine with a pop of pink. I'll keep that out. Or we could... Or we could go with the blues again and have another blue one. The white. White. 2 votes for the white. Yeah. Let's go with it. Let's go with it. Now, I think because this is such a lovely piece, I'm going to use quite a lot of it. So I'm going to do it at 9. And then maybe the full length again. Oh, Laura says white as well. Good job we're going white, Laura. So, let's do, it's like frost, isn't it? So I'm thinking let's do, I'm not going to go blue, I'm not going to go traditional frost. I might do a girly frosty card, because then that will cater to people who so that's Berry Burst, and that works really nice, doesn't it, with that. Now the one thing you could do, and I'm tempted to do it but I'm a bit scared, is you could colour this and then leave the foil, because it would be the emboss, the paper would give you the emboss resist. And I might do a touch of that. I might be brave. I've got my sponger here. You know, just a little hint. In fact, I was trying to rub the excess ink off, but actually that might work perfectly. Just going to do like a circular motion from this point. You need that paper. It's so lovely, isn't it, Vi? So lovely. So, and then what could we put in? Maybe we'll combine the modern garden with this, because I could do It's Your Birthday, and I've got a oval, and we could punch out. Can you hear the cogs turning as I figure out what I'm doing? Let's have a little look. So we'll grab some Berry Burst cardstock. I was so happy when Berry Burst came back. I do love a bit of Berry Burst. I'm going to do one of them, and I might actually do, let's stamp it. I mean, I'm kind of tempted to do a bit of silver embossing. We got time? We got time for a bit of embossing? I think we have. I think we have. So, if I can find where I've reorganised my craft station, which means I don't always know where everything is. No, maybe we're not going to do silver because I can't find my silver embossing powder. Let me just have a look in the one other place it might be. Silver, silver, silver. Haha, I have got silver. I was thinking I can't not have silver. Surely not. Surely not. But I haven't used it this year, I tell you that for sure. So I'm going to, I think I might stamp the sentiment in silver. Make it like a sparkly birthday card. What do we think? So embossing buddy, that just gets rid of any excess static. You then need your you need that paper. What, the foily one by? Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? I'm just going to stamp that it's your birthday in Versamark. Can just about see where it is. Cover over in silver. And then just get that excess off. I've got a bit all over the paper now. I need to buy the there is an embossing buddy, I think it's still available, a embossing buddy kit where you get like a funnel thing. That's on the list. So I've just covered it in silver embossing powder. These are in the basics. They come as a collection now. You can't just buy the individual powders like we used to. You can buy the collection. So it encourages you to, you know, not have a favourite and use them all, because you don't want to be running out. Just using a paintbrush just to get rid of a bit of where it's stuck. Obviously didn't quite use my embossing buddy to its full potential. And then just grab my heat tool. Excuse the noise while I switch this on. I always wait a minute when you turn it on till it gets hot before you put it over your card. And then you want to heat it and just start at I just start at one end until you start seeing it change, and there you go. It's quick and simple as that. Now then, what did I do with the punch? I'm trying to put my heat tool away. I'm going to punch this out. I may well do a bit more sponging once I layer this up and see what it looks like. But what I thought was, I have die cut another one, haven't I? Where's that gone? Under here? There it is. Just put my Versamark on. So what you can do with punches that I find quite useful is, because I want this white one to pop, and if I just put that on, it's not going to pop. So what you can do is cut it in half, and you know, because we haven't got, when it's a punch, you haven't got like nested dies where you've got several different sized ones of the same shape, is what I'm trying to say. So what you can do is you can cut this in half, and actually if you want to be super precise, because this is a bit harder to see, it's 4 centimeters wide, so I've got it so it's 2 centimeters either side of the cut of your trimmer. Cut it in half. I'm going to do top and bottom. You could of course cut it that way and have it either side of your oval, but I want it to the top and to the bottom like so, just so I've got a nice little border. Do you see? So I'm just going to put a bit of glue on this top part. Don't cover it all in glue because you don't need glue in that middle section. And then I'm just going to pop this on and just try and, the beauty about using Tombow is it gives you a little bit of wiggle room like so before you glue it down. And again, do the bottom just so you can kind of make sure it looks, you know, you haven't got too big, the border's kind of even all the way around. And I end up with that little back. Do you see how I've done that? You can do this with any of your punches. It just is another way of getting more out of your punches. This is going to go up on dimensionals because it definitely needs to. Let's use the edge of this sheet. Don't waste not, want not. Use the edge. It's still sticky. So don't just use the whole pieces of your dimensionals. Make sure you use all of it. Let's find another piece. I think all these ones are small ones, so we'll just grab, I need to find some more of my large dimensionals. But this will do. Okay, so I'm not going to take the backs off just yet. I want to kind of see. So I think I might extend that sponging just to give us a bit more. Now I've got my oval shape. Can you hear that music? It's not me. It's them lot out there, Lisa. I think Owen's watching Bones. Anyone watch Bones before? Yeah, I think that's what he's doing. So I'm just going to, so it's actually turned the foil there a little bit pink. And just to kind of like make the resist, I'm just going to give it a wipe, and you'll see some of it come off on your tissue, and it just means the sparkle comes back because it resists the ink where it's foiled. So I've got that. Now I want something floral, maybe. Do we think floral? I'm sorry for the distraction. I think I am going to change the time of these because there's too much noise from my lot more than anything. Too much noise. So as soon as I've got Modern Garden out, let's have a couple of Modern Garden flowers. Now there isn't a die set that goes with these, but they are. I did use them previously on a card. Do we want to stamp them on white? I think we do. The door was pretty closed as well, Lisa, just so you're aware. But obviously not closed enough. So I'm probably going to keep this quite monochromatic, and by that I mean I'm not going to add too many colours to it, and I might just stamp these flowers in Berry Burst. I need to find my berry burst. Did I get it out? I think I did. Where did it go? No? Where is berry burst? I must have it out somewhere. Bear with. We might have a disaster here. Yes, it's in one of the boxes ready for the next class. Oh, it's not distracting, it sounded lovely and peaceful. There you go. Well, if you weren't aware, he's not watching any kind of meditation. Bones is about what is it? She's a forensic anthropologist and she likes solving murders. Obviously they play nice, they're playing some nice, I might do full strength on this one. They're playing some nice music. I've just got berry burst on my fingers. That was not a good move because it goes everywhere. It's a very rich colour. So let's do one off and one on. I probably will need a little flour, but we'll see how we get on, hey? So again, just going to do a bit of fussy cutting. I've actually done this before with another card. It doesn't take too long to do. I keep forgetting you're a bit further away from me today. Try and remember to lean over a bit. So when I'm doing fussy cutting like this, I tend to move the paper, keep the scissors where they are, and I move the paper, and that is the easiest way to fussy cut something out, is to maneuver the paper rather than your scissors. So that's what I'm doing. The trouble is, you see, Lise, you used to watch Bones. Oh, I actually first started reading the books, Jan, and then got into watching it. And I've got quite a lot on DVD, but now you don't need DVDs, do you? It's all on streaming. But yeah, Owen's watching them. I quite like these ones rather than the solid ones, so I'm going to cut these out first, and I probably want one more of them because, you know, odd numbers always work best in designs, don't they? And then we'll just glue it all together. I forgot to add sequins to that other card. I was going to add some embellishments. I can do that afterwards. So let's have a look. I think we'll need one more. We'll just see what they look like. Yeah, I think we're going to do one. We'll do one more that's full strength of these ones. I think that will look nice. What do you think? Now the two ladies who threw down the gauntlet, I don't think are watching live, so I'll be interested when I post these in my exclusive Facebook group to see what they think. If I have matched the challenge, if I've rose to the challenge or not of creating festive birthday cards. I still feel this is quite festive with that frosty paper. Even though I've now added flowers to it, it still feels like wintry, doesn't it? Even with the raspberry burst. I think that paper just kind of gives an icy feel to it. I think this is going to need, I'm going to add some of the shimmer ribbon, I think, to this one. So where is my shimmer ribbon? Having said that, oh, I've got a bit here. There we go. So let's, before, oh, that has stuck down a little bit. I'm going to glue a bit of this on. It's nice, isn't it? And I think just adding that sponged like area just adds a bit of life into it. So instead of it being flat, it just gives an extra dimension. So I'm just going to put this ribbon. I absolutely adore this ribbon. It is just, it works for anything. It's a really nice thickness, it's sheer, and it's got the silver sparkle, so you know it works for Christmas, but it does also work really well for anything where you want a bit of sparkle. I'm just going to glue this straight down onto the card base like so. Erin's had to, well, we did really well this week. We did a meal plan. I did the shopping that arrived not that long ago, and all planned out. And then my daughter goes and breaks the oven by smashing the glass door. I'm currently waiting for a company that sells spare glass inserts to come back to me to see if they've got one for my particular model of oven. So we've had to, we can use the hob and we can use the air fryer, so we've had to just rejig the plan. So what do we think? I think that's going to work okay. I'm going to add some more dimensionals to this flower here. I'm just going to put them on the bottom half and then add a touch of Tombow. So I've just put the flowers, the dimensionals to the bottom, and then put a touch of Tombow so I can just glue it off the edge of that label like so. And then this one I'm just going to glue straight down onto the card base and tuck it under a little bit. And then I'm just going to sit this one on top. So they kind of like peek onto the modern oval punch. I do love this punch, it's such a nice size. Oh, would help if you take the backs off the dimensionals. I know, Lisa, you can imagine our faces. I'd only asked her to get the pudding out and just dish it up, and now it's cost me God knows what in a new oven door. I'm hoping I can just buy the inner bit. So there is the second card for a festive, well, wintry birthday. I would say this is not festive, it's more wintry. Just tilting it a little bit because obviously so you don't get the glare of the foil, but obviously the beauty of it is it has got all that gorgeous foil. It definitely needs some rhinestones. I'm just going to put a couple of them on just to finish it off, I think. Where's my pokey tool gone? I don't know where my take your pick is, so we'll just use or just use fingers. There we go. So that's card number 2. Card number 1, I'll put somewhere safe. Here it is. Card number 1 was this little one here. So one perfect for kids, and one, I think, a very feminine frosty card for birthdays. So I hope that has inspired you. If you're watching this on the replay, please hit #replay and let me know what you think. I love to hear from you. I check in the morning normally and see a few comments of those that watch later on. I think, which card is your favourite? Let me know. I'm just going to switch to this. Hopefully. There we go. So yeah, let me know what you think. I really like this one. I've got a birthday coming up for a friend. So yeah, I think that's a pretty card. And then this was the first one. So I will be sharing pictures of those. If you're in my customer Facebook group, then come on in. And I will be sharing shortly some cards I made on Saturday with the new products. In fact, shall I show you a couple? Love the second one, really girly. It is, isn't it? It's lovely. Love both. They're so different. They are very different. I didn't really stay on a particular style today, but I think it's nice just to show you what you can do with the papers. Both Christmas papers, but you can use them, you know, you can use them for non-Christmas cards. So yeah, hope that has helped you be inspired. As I said before, we do have bookings open for Card Buffet, which is now on the 25th of November. Laura, I've got you booked on. And then it'll be announced on my social soon, but if you're on my email, you would have seen that I'm having a big buy one get one free sale. Laura, I have a feeling you're on holiday. Sorry about that. But yeah, I'm having a massive sale. I haven't sold any retired stuff really in a big sale for about 5 years, so I have got lots of choice of stamp sets that you can't get anymore. And yes, they're pre-loved, but you know, our stamps last forever. So I've got some unused papers and cardstock, colours that are retired, and it's all going to be on a buy one get one free sale. So and there's going to be a Christmas make and take, well, there's going to be a make and take, a little Christmas party, some cake and coffee or whatever. So it would be lovely to see as many people as possible. If you know anybody in the area who does card making or scrapbooking or anything papercraft, please let them know. It is on the 16th of December, and it is great for those that like a bargain. So there we go. I'm going to head off and have my tea. I think the family have just sat down to tea, so I'm going to go. Hope mine isn't in the bin. And I will be back here next week. I may well change the time, but I will drop an email to let you know and make sure it's visible on YouTube, so you can hit notify on YouTube and it'll let you know when I'm next live, and then it will also let you know on Facebook when it's scheduled as well. So yes, I will be here next week. I'm just not sure of the time because of parenting needs and just changing it up a little bit to fit in better. So yeah, I will see you all soon, and take care everybody. And I'm just going to find the button. I've hid the button, where to end. It's under all too many windows. There we go. Bye everybody.